So, hi Nidjah. As you know, this week I'm going to be talking about the disciples being out on the lake and Jesus coming to them and saying, "Don't be afraid, take courage, it's me, it's I." And I know that over the last few months, because I've met you a few times, that you've been going through a particular storm and you've talked to me about Jesus giving you courage during a particularly difficult time. So can you just sort of share with us really what you've been going through and how your faith has helped?
As some of you will know, I've been suffering from breast cancer since the early part of this year. I was diagnosed in January, and it was a bit of a shock because I thought the machine had broken down, and went back for part 2 to be told, "You have breast cancer, we can cure it, this is what we're going to do." So we moved on from there. I went with very kind people most weeks to the hospital. A lot of people didn't know that. They didn't need to know that. But the people who did need to know, I had told. And I've told many others since. So we started this journey, and I felt confident that God would be with me through all of this. And I had no doubt that He would give me strength to keep going and to face an operation, maybe chemotherapy, which was more frightening to me than anything, and then radiotherapy, which I've just completed. And the prognosis for the future is good, and as long as I keep fit and well for the next 5 years, I should be okay.
That's brilliant. So just go back a bit, because I came and visited you, and you told me what the diagnosis was, and I was just amazed that you were just so tremendously calm, and there were no tears. You didn't seem to be afraid, and I just sort of wondered where that strength had come from.
I'd like to know as well, but I felt sure that through my connection with the church, it would get me through those difficult days. I wasn't frightened at any stage. I really haven't shed a tear at all through any of this. And I have tried to be upbeat, cheerful, and as happy as I could in a difficult situation. And I felt that with so many people around me, I couldn't be too sad, because that then reflects back on them and makes them sad. And I don't want to be a sad person. I want to be cheerful.
That's some amazing courage. So talk to me about when you went down for the operation.
Well, it was a very new experience for me. I hadn't been in a hospital for about 15 years, I think. You walk to the theatre, accompanied by an escort, and I had a little card which Linda gave me a long time ago, saying a verse from Isaiah, and I have to look at it, and it's Isaiah 40 verse 31, and that was the verse I took into the theatre. The anaesthetist said, "Good morning, this is X, Y and Z. Can you climb on that bed?" "What's that?" I said, "That's my card with Isaiah. I'm going to say that as I go down." And I did.
And what's the verse?
The verse is, "Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." And I was not any of those things. I just went and soared the whole time.
Wow.
Woke up, came home the next day, and then began the long wait for the results of the operation, and whether we would have chemotherapy, radiotherapy, maybe not, maybe. It's a bit of an unsure world.
So what got you through that period of real uncertainty?
The courage that was given to me by so many people. Everybody I know has offered something, be it a cup of coffee, a quiet word, if you need help with getting to the hospital at any time. There were lots and lots of things. I had a bottle of pink nail varnish given to me for when my treatment ended. I used it on the day my treatment ended. And it was lots and lots of things like that. Kind words, a smile, and not necessary necessarily them or me indulging in the enormity of the breast cancer. People die from breast cancer, but I was very lucky, and I will always think I was very lucky.
Yeah. So those words of Jesus to his disciples, where he says, "Take courage, it is I, don't be afraid," what do they mean to you?
They mean don't fear anything, because somebody somewhere will offer you, through the Lord, he's not here, so he transports it through other people, not to be afraid, to have courage, to rise above it and understand what he is trying to say to you through all this terrible confusion and anxiety and whatever that is going on in your minds. So, talk to him. I often say, come on, what's going on here? How are we going to deal with this? I don't say it out loud when I'm with other people, but I do in here. And, and I think you can have so much courage, but it comes through other people as well.
Wow.
They bring you up to that level.
So you come through it, you're at the end of your treatment.
I am.
And great celebrations.
Yes.
So you've talked to me before about how you think this has changed you, or what's it given you that you can now take forward?
Yes, it has changed me. It's got to have changed me. I've got a little bit of me missing, but that doesn't make any difference to the person I am. But it has allowed me to talk to far more people than I ever talked to before, and realise that so many other people went through this same situation 10, 20, 30 years ago, and they have all risen above it with the help of God to get over this hurdle and get on with life. And I know so many people now who've been so kind in saying, how are you? I don't know who they are, I don't know a name, but I know that all those people have helped me through this long and difficult situation.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.